My name is Brandy Oliver. I am the site coordinator for Glen Community Development Center. I've been working here for a year. I found out about the Center for New York Carolinians while I was an undergrad studying social work at the University of North Carolina at Greensboro. My professor told me about this organization, and that's how I got involved.
So what are the different cultures represented at Glen Haven?
We have a variety of cultures represented here at Glen Haven. We have students from Liberia, Vietnam, Thailand, Burma, Hispanic families from Mexico. I think that's pretty much everybody. There's some countries that are in the highlands of Thailand, but the kids mainly will say they're either from Thailand or Vietnam.
What cultural differences do you see between the children?
Cultural wise, you can tell the difference between students who have been exposed to education prior to coming to America versus those who were not. The Asian population is more so shy, reluctant to trust other people, whereas our African families are more open to community and working together to get where they need. Not saying that the other cultures aren't, but they'll mix and mingle with other cultures. I would say our Asian students are very focused on school, education oriented, whereas kids from other cultures tend to not be more focused on education.
How do children who are new to the center deal with language barriers?
Typically, when new kids come to the center and don't know how to speak English, it's extremely difficult for them. They tend to just shy away and not speak. But it's a good environment to be in because a lot of the kids, know where they're coming from, so they'll, initiate conversations with the kids and try to, open them up to learning English and, engaging in conversation with them. It's kind of difficult if the child hasn't been exposed to school yet versus if they've come here and, started at the new arrival school or newcomer school. They're a little bit more, open to engaging in conversation of basic, simple stuff like, hello, my name is, I'm from, those are things that they learn initially when they come to the States.
And what are the most effective ways to communicate with a refugee?
In my opinion, I just think you just need to keep it simple. Like, don't assume that they know something, even if it's as simple as, the alphabet. That was something that I just assumed all kids knew when I first started working here, and that's not the case. And sometimes in American culture, we have like slang words or, words we use to categorize different things. And we assume that everybody knows what we're talking about when we use a specific label for something, and that's not the case. So really just keep it simple. Pictures help, drawing out things, explaining things in different ways that they don't understand it the first time. And just by modeling, good, effective use of English, and not using, slang terms or that country slang. Keep it simple and basic so that, the kids can catch on and adults as well.
Sorry, this is off the list, but do they all know they're refugees, and do they know what a refugee is?
No. A lot of our kids, they're not told you are a refugee, as they get older, like into high school, and, they're engaged more in conversations about, what is a refugee, and that type of thing, then they come to know about it, but our young kids don't know, the difference between themselves and other students other than that, they're not from this country.
Okay, thanks. And what's the biggest difference you see between the refugees living at Glen Haven compared to the general American population?
I would say just more, just access to different things. I think, a lot of our families, it's good that we have this center here to expose our kids to as much opportunities as we can. They go to church, they have, social activity within their own culture, whereas, American kids are more exposed to, just about everything, and they, are involved in social clubs, and they're involved in their church and sports outside of school and sports in school, and just a lot more luxuries that our children aren't exposed to. And a lot of our kids, they are the pillars of their families. Like, it's, it rests on their shoulders to, get an education, make something of themselves so that they can, help their families.
Okay. Is there anything that we didn't ask that you think that we should know?
I would say that before I started working here, I did not know there was such a huge immigrant and refugee population in Greensboro. So just, being more open to that, sharing that with other people and letting them know, we exist. Get involved in any way that you can, volunteer and help out. And working with people, in any type of service capacity, try to share as much as you can, as well as learn. Don't go into it thinking, you're going to do and try to change other people, but use it as an opportunity to, share what you know and learn as much as you can from other people as well.
Anybody else?
That's good.
Thank you.
That was great. Thank you.